Hey guys, it's Brett, your Scentsy fragrance consultant. Happy September 1st, happy Labor Day, and happy Fall Winter 2025 catalog release day. So yeah, it's a big day in Scentsy land. All the fall, winter stuff is released today. The Harvest collection, all kinds of stuff. So thought I would do a video kind of going over everything that's coming out today. I've already kind of talked about some of them in previous videos. And then also they did the end of the month live last night, where they do at the end of the month every month. The owners and CEO and president, but the owners weren't there. It was just Dan Orchard, the CEO, and then Orville Thompson's brother, Chuck Thompson. He was there with him, and they were talking about new stuff. So I'll kind of go over stuff they talked about. Everything that we already pretty much knew what they talked about, except for a couple of things. So, but I'll go ahead and go over that as well. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started here. It's really nice. It's like perfect fall weather here today. It's like 70 degrees right now here. It's going to be a high of like 71. It's cloudy and a little rainy, but at least it's cool. So we still have our air off. I turned our air on just a little bit. Was it yesterday? Day before yesterday? Because it got a little bit warm. But it wasn't too bad, but just enough to where I had to turn the air on because it got a little bit hot in the house. But then I turned it right back off because it got cooler again. So it feels like fall. So perfect timing for the fall release today here anyway in Kansas City, Missouri. Comment below, is it nice where you live? Hopefully you get some nice fall weather soon if it's not already. Alright, so of course we have the fall winter catalog coming out today on our website, or you consult this website, so all the fall winter bars are on there. It includes the 10 new fall winter releases that came out. We already did our first sniffs and warm reviews for those. Those are out. And then also, before I forget what I'm thinking about it, they have under our website, if you want to get all 10 bars, you can get them at a discount. If you go to our website and go under the menu, and then you go under specials, go under Scentsy curated bundles, and then they have a bunch of different bundles in there that you can get a little discount on the bundles, so it'll list on them all there. But then they also have the new season drop 10 bar bundle. So they have all the 10 new releases, but you get them, which are $6 each. So that would be $60, but you get them for $54. So you get a little bit of a discount. So that would be $54 divided by 12. So it'd be, oops, sorry, $54 divided by 12, $4.50. So you're getting them $4.50 each for those bars. So that's a really good deal. $4.50 each, and only pay $54 for all the 10 new bars. So like I said, go under our menu and go under specials, and that's under there. Then we have, of course, the Harvest collection is out, which has all the good Harvest collection goodies in there, which is the Harvest collection 5-bar pack, which we did first instant warm reviews of that as well. We have the September warmer of the month and scent of the month, which is the Forsaken Tower, and Frights and Delights is the bar. We also did a haul of that warmer. We just did that a couple days ago, so you can check that out. Really cool warmer. It's got the stacked skulls and it glows in the dark at night. So we have that for sale, 10% off for the month of September. Then we have Scentsy candles. Scentsy candles are now available on our website, or you consult this website. So we have 2 fragrances. Only 2 fragrances they're bringing out right now. I think they might bring out more later, but right now they're starting out with 2, I think, to see how they do. And then they're going to have some, I think, for the holiday as well. But right now for fall, we just have 2 different ones. So we have Cider Mill and Pumpkin Roll in those 2 candles. And the candles are $30. So there's been a lot of debate on $30 candle pricing. Lots of people think that's way too high. They wouldn't ever pay $30 for a candle for that size. But then some people think they perform good, that have tried them before anyway, because if you went to Scentsy Family Reunion, we got candles as one of our giveaways, or if you did the virtual online with the giveaways. So we went and we got one of the candles. So I did my review of the candle, and I enjoyed the candle. I really like the candle. I feel like they're getting a lot of comparison to Bath & Body Works candles. So I feel like they're a little bit a step up from that, personally, is how I feel. But they're not like quite as elaborate as like Volupsa and all that, if I'm saying that right. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Volupsa and all those higher end candles, Nest and all that stuff, they're not quite there. but they're not, they're just kind of in the middle, I feel like, as far as like performance and like the quality of the wicks in the jar and everything. The jar is definitely a thicker jar, a nicer jar, so it's definitely thicker than like a Bath & Body Works regular candle jar. And the wicks I feel are different because with Bath & Body Works candles, I did back the Bath & Body Works candles for years, and we all know that they got PWS, puny wick syndrome, at the halfway point. I don't know if they still do or not because I don't really buy Bath & Body Works candles anymore. The ones I do warm are ones I've had for quite a while that I'm just trying to get through. But I don't know if they still do, but at the halfway point, the flames would get super puny, and you would have to dab a cotton ball in there to absorb some of the wax, so the flames would get higher again, so it would get hotter and start throwing in better again. Yeah, the wick, that would fix the problem, but it was just kind of a nuisance, and I hated having to do that. Sometimes, you know, a lot of people would just, if it did that, they would put them under a candle crock, in a candle crock, or under a candle warmer if they started doing that. I will say, the Scentsy candles burn perfectly all the way down. It starts out, when it starts out, it does start out with a little bit of a lower flame. They're not puny by any means, but they're not strong. It's just kind of a lower flame. So it takes a little bit longer to pull out, and it says on the bottom, don't burn them for longer than 4 hours. I personally burned it the first time for about 6 hours because I was waiting for that to completely pull out, and so it got down to the bottom so I could see the wax pull. Because if you don't, if you blow it out when it still has wax on the side, and then you light it again and it still doesn't pull out all the way, and there's more wax on the side, it's going to tunnel, and you're going to constantly have wax on the side. So you really need to let it pull out all the way the first time. So I feel like you may have to go over that 4 hour mark in order to do that, the very first burn. So the very first burn, I would commit to like a 6 to 8 hour day you have to burn that candle. And the flames, like I said, aren't that strong at first, so I don't think you're going to have a problem with like burning it over 4 hours, because it's not going to get like real sooty or anything because of that. On my experience anyway. Once you get it to that, you know, point to where it pulls out all the way, then you can blow it out, extinguish it, and then you can relight it the next time. When I relit it the next time, the flames are stronger. It pulled out way faster, like within like 30 minutes or so, and then the scent was even stronger because it was, when the flames were a little bit lighter at first before it pulled out all the way, it was a little bit lighter in fragrance throw as well. But after that, when it pulled out all the way and I relit it every time after that, the flames were stronger. It pulled out much faster. Flames are stronger, therefore the wax spool got hotter, and the scent throw was much stronger. I know Scentsy has said that the candle is more of a subtle background scent. If you want a stronger scent throw, go with the wax. In my experience, the candle was much more than a subtle background scent. I warmed it in the bedroom though. I didn't warm it in the open concept. I warmed it in the bedroom because candles in my house don't do very well in their open concept, so I didn't really want to try it in there. I didn't think that would be fair. So I did it in the bedroom, and it performed really good in there. It was much more than a background scent. It was a nice strong medium for me. Once it got to that, after that first burn, when the flames got stronger, and then the flames never got puny. I never had a cotton ball at all. They burned perfect all the way down. Very, very hardly any soot, if any at all. Hardly at all, really. I saw just a little bit of black on the jar. That could have been because the wick was hitting it, or even when I light it with the candle lighter. Sometimes you light it with the candle lighter, the flame will get on the side of the jar and turn a little bit black. So it could have been that. I'm not positive, but other than that, very minimal, any kind of soot. Really good. I do wish they would have lids on them because I prefer to put my candle out with the lid. But I know some people don't like that because I feel like if you put it out with the lid, it traps that smoke in there, and then when you relight it the next time, it smells like smoke. I personally don't feel that way in my experience, so I'm fine with that. Or you could put it out with the lid and then blow the smoke out. But either way, you're gonna have smoke if you don't keep the lid on there. Or you can get a candle snuffer and just put it out, and then it'll have much less smoke that way. But I do wish they would have had lids. But overall, I feel like it's just because of the wicks, the better performance with the wicks, the thicker glass, I do feel like they're a little bit a step up from Bath & Body Works candles. I know Bath & Body Works has those new candles out with the thicker jars, and they're more expensive too, but I just personally feel like they're just a little bit step up from Bath & Body Works. So I feel like, you know, when I pay that $12 something when they're on sale for Bath & Body Works, when I got that puny wick syndrome, I'm like, okay, I just kind of accepted it because I paid a cheaper price for the candle. But if you're paying $30 for that Scentsy candle, you definitely don't want puny wick syndrome for that price. And it didn't have puny wick syndrome. It burned perfectly after that first burn. You got to wait all for that to pull out. But it was just a really good quality candle, I think. So I really didn't expect them candles to be like $15 to $20. I knew they were probably going to be about 30. I was guessing $30 to $40, so it was on the lower end of my guess range, but I don't think it's a terrible price for that. Will I personally buy them for $30? I'm not sure. I probably won't, because I close out parties every month and I can get them with my host credit for half off or free with my credit. So if you buy quite a bit of Scentsy, always get a party link. You can create a party link on our website. You can contact us, we can create it for you, and you can put all your orders onto the party link. Therefore you can gain rewards and you can get the candle for half off or for free. Always create a party, have your own party, or if you don't have a party, always put it under party so somebody gets credit for that, because if you don't put it under a party, it's just wasted credit that nobody gets. So always attach it to a party. There's no difference. If you're new, I know a lot of people are new. If you're watching this and you're new and you haven't ordered, you get to order the same amount same time amount if you wouldn't have attached to a party. There's no difference, except there's no difference attaching to a party. You get it the same amount of time. It's just somebody somewhere will get a little bit of credit for that putting it onto any party, but you will want it. You should want to get your own credit, so always create a party for yourself if you can, if you want to. All right, so Scentsy candles, they're out now. I'm getting two of the candles, the two pumpkin roll and cider mill. I will be getting them, and I will review them as well to see how they perform, see if they did as well as my one from Scentsy Family Reunion. Then we have the NFL collection coming out. That's coming back. It has all the helmet warmers are back. Not in all the teams, but they did add new ones, and then the ones that sold really well from last year. And then the teams that aren't in the helmet warmers for $60, they are bringing them back in the regular warmers. I believe they're $45. The warmers they'd out before, that they have a bulb, but they just kind of light up from the back. So every team is available, just not all in the helmet warmers. If they're not, they'll be in the other warmers for $45. Then we have clearance. Clearance was updated this morning as well. Like first thing, whenever it launched, it was 2 a.m. my time, Central Time. So I was up to place some orders and see what's on there, and I wanted to get some stuff myself. So there was a whole bunch of bars. Like I'm talking, if I counted right, it was right around 40 bars they had in there that were retired bars. It's a whole bunch, but they were going super fast because I had a couple that I picked on there, and then when I went to check out, they were gone. They were sold out, so they jumped my cart. So a lot of people were saying they did that. They had bars in their cart, and then they jumped by the time they checked out, went to check out, and they left their cart because they sold out. So they go super quick. So if they've been doing that every month on the 1st, and I think last month they even added some more like in the middle of the month. So it's been happening 1 or 2 times a month. They've been putting all these retired bars into clearance. So there's lots of speculation that it could be leftover club bars from people that aren't, that are pushing out their clubs or canceling their clubs or whatever, and they have all these bars. There's been talk about they may not be doing Bring Back My Bar anymore because they haven't announced the voting, because we always vote for Bring Back My Bar for the following one, like right after Bring Back My Bar is released. So we should have voted like in August, I believe, because it just came out in July. So we should have voted for August for the one in January, but we didn't. And they're supposed to make an announcement about something about Bring Back My Bar, but they haven't announced that yet, so we don't know what's going on. But we haven't voted for the one in January yet, so some people are speculating that they're going to get rid of Bring Back My Bar and they're not going to have it. That may be possible. I'm thinking it may be possible, and they're just going to do this. They're just going to throw a bunch of bars in clearance every month, because this was like Bring Back My Bar. There was all these more than that. There was 40 bars in there, so it was like a Bring Back My Bar plus, because Bring Back My Bar is 25 bars. There was 40 bars in there. It's good, but yet it's not, because I want all the bars. I want all these bars that I haven't had before, and I'm like, I don't need to spend all this money, but I haven't had this bar, haven't had that bar, haven't had that bar. But then also, I forget if I have some bars. Does anybody else do that? When you get on there, I'm like, have I had that bar before? Can't remember if I've had that before. There's so many bars, and even ones that came back and Bring Back My Bar and different flash sales and stuff and clearance before, I just can't remember some that I've tried. And I know for sure some that I haven't had, of course, but then there's some that I'm like, I can't remember if I've had it or not. So I get in that dilemma too. And then sometimes I order them and I had it and I forgot that I had it, because I just, I think, I gotta have it real quick, and then I forget if I had it or not. Anyway, so check your clearance. A lot of them are sold out now. I think there's only like 5 bars left out of those 40 that are available now. Today is like the 1st is like 1:30 p.m. on the 1st. So yeah, you have to get on there right away when they go on sale, because they go super quick. Then there's also talk that Scentsy Club They might be getting rid of Always Get My Bar because, was it Australia and New Zealand? They got rid of the Bring Back My Bar for that, or not Bring Back Bar, the Always Get My Bar for Scentsy Club. They have Scentsy Club still, I think, but not the Always Get My Bar. So you can only club things that are currently available. You can't, anything that you club and then once it goes away, you can't keep in your club. It won't stay in your club. It'll go, when it goes away, it'll be out of your club. So there'll be no more Always Get My Bar for them. Once it's gone, it goes out of your club. And I guess any bars that they already had in the club, they left at a certain time, I think, something like that. But so people have been speculating they might be getting rid of our Bring Back My Bar. I keep saying Bring Back My Bar. They're speculating they may be getting rid of our Always Get My Bar in the club. So I don't know. That could also be happening too, because they keep adding these bars to clearance. So something's going on, I think. They just haven't said yet. So I don't know what'll happen with that. Me personally, don't hate on me. I'm probably gonna get all kinds of hate for that. Me personally, I have a quarterly Scentsy club, and I love all the bars that are in that club, but I keep pushing that club out. I keep pushing it out because I never want to spend all that money when it comes due. So I do the hack to push it out, and I end up only getting it like once a year. Usually in March, when my birthday, I end up getting that for my birthday. I'll tell Brad, can I get my Scentsy club for my birthday present? And then that'll be my birthday present. So I've only gotten it like once a year the last couple of years, I think. So, and then I personally, would I miss all the bars in my club? Of course I would. Would I die without them? No. I would survive. There's all kinds of Scentsy stuff coming out right and left, and I get all the new stuff. So I get so much new stuff here and there because I like to review them on our channel, and I enjoy getting it myself as well as reviewed on the channel. So I love new stuff. So I love getting all the new things. I get so much new stuff, I don't always have time to warm all this stuff that I get in my Scentsy club. So personally, I wouldn't be totally heartbroken if they got rid of Scentsy club, Always Get My Bar. I know a lot of people would be, though. A lot of people, say if they got rid of that, they would quit buying Scentsy. They would be done with Scentsy. I get that if you do get your club processed quite a bit and you do get your bars all the time in your club, I could totally see you being upset about that. But for me personally, yeah, I would miss the bars, but I would survive. I would still be buying Scentsy even if they got rid of that. And in a way, I would be a little bit relieved because I wouldn't have to worry about, oh, do I need to club this bar? Because I'm always like thinking, do I need to club it? I want to club it? And then you have to stress about my club's getting too big. I got to take stuff out. You wouldn't have to worry about any of that anymore if they didn't have Scentsy Club. But because they do have Scentsy Club, I'm so tempted I want to put it in my club because I think you think, oh, I can't live without it. I want to put it in my club because there is a club, so you have that option to do that. But if there wasn't a club, you wouldn't have that option. You would just have to wait for it to come back. If you really liked it, you have to, stock up a little bit or whatever, or when it's done, you would just be really excited when it came back because there's no Bring Back My Bar, Always Get My Bar. Not Bring Back My Bar. There would be no Always Get My Bar Scentsy Club anymore. So it would make it even more special if it came back again and you could get it again. That's just me, so I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Always Get My Bar in Scentsy Club or not. We haven't heard anything, but that's just speculation, so we'll see. I know I may be in the minority on how I feel about that, but that's just kind of how I feel personally. All right, so now I'm going to go over the stuff they talked about in the end of the month live last night. So I talked about the whiff box. I'll talk about that at the end in case you don't want to know what's in the whiff box. So I'll talk about that later. Let's see here. They talked about the little sneak peek. They talked about the upcoming October warmer and scent of the month. So for October, we have the Golden Gourd Warmer. So it's a really gorgeous warmer. It's a pumpkin warmer. It's a mosaic pumpkin warmer, and it looks like it's like leaves on it. It's like little leaves, like fall leaves all around it. And then it's like a kind of a golden color a little bit, and then it's really pretty, and it glows really pretty when it lights up. So it's a little similar to some of those other mosaic warmers we've had, but the leaves and stuff is a little bit of a different color. So if you love all those warmers, and I do, you probably want it. And do I need another pumpkin warmer? No. Do I want one? Of course I do. I was gonna try to get like all the pumpkin warmers, but I don't know. I'm running out of room. I have no room to put more warmers in my house. If I get more warmers this fall, I don't think I'm going to have any more room next fall if I would get more. I just don't have any more room. I need a bigger house. More places to put warmers. But it's so nice. And it is a 20-watt warmer, though. And I don't love 20-watt warmers. But I prefer 25-watt warmers. But a lot of those Mosaic pumpkin warmers are 20 watts. Like the Starry Pumpkin and the, what's the other one that was out a few years back? That had the Mosaic pumpkin warmer. A lot of those are 20-watt ones, and they do okay. One of mine does better than the other one does. Starry Pumpkin does pretty decent, but the other one that was out, and was it 2021? What is that one called? That was Mosaic. Can't think of the name of it, but that one doesn't do the best for me. But it's really pretty though, so I love having it out, even though it doesn't perform all that well. Then the scent of the month is called Have Some More Pumpkin. So it's have and then some more, like S''MORE, like s'mores, and then pumpkin. Have some more pumpkin. So a little clever name there. And the description is vanilla marshmallows melt into rich caramel dusted with a layer of pumpkin spice. And it's in the spice category. Yes, please. That sounds amazing. I love Scentsy's pumpkin scents. Have you watched our reviews? I love pumpkin honey spice. I love the butter pumpkin dream. So I'm super excited about this. And it's another one in the spice category. It's not the baker category. So the top note's pumpkin spice, mid note caramel, and the base note is vanilla marshmallows. And then the description of the golden gourd warmer is hand-placed mosaic glass and a decorative metal lid create a stunning autumn decor piece. 20 watt, 6.5 inches tall. It will be $54 in the month of September or October. Regularly priced $60. It'll be 10% off, so it'll be $54. So not a bad price for that. That's about average for those mosaic pumpkin warmers. Alright, so that's coming up in October. Then we have the Peanuts collection coming out on September 15th. So it's not part of the Harvest collection. It is a separate collection for these items here for the Peanuts. And in that collection on September 15th, we'll have the Snoopy Buddy. And it's scented in, it'll have a Buddy scent pack in the Snoopy Buddy in the Snoopy's Autumn Adventure scent. And then we'll have the Woodstock Buddy Clip, which we got if you saw my Scentsy Family Reunion giveaways haul video. We have the little Woodstock Buddy Clip, and it's scented in the Snoopy's Autumn Adventure scent. It smells amazing. And then they also will have the Snoopy's Autumn Adventure Bar, and the scent notes are warm spice, brown sugar, and vanilla. And it smells so good. I can't wait to get the bar because that Snoopy's, that Woodstock Buddy Clip smells so good. Then we'll have the Snoopy's Pumpkin Patch Warmer, and I don't think they set a price on that yet, so we don't know the price on it, but it's the warmer where it's the pumpkin, the jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, and then Snoopy and Woodstock are on the top of that pumpkin. So that all comes out on September 15th. And then before I forget, I should have added this on before I started talking about this stuff, but they showed another video on the end of the month live. They didn't really show the product, they just kind of talked about this stuff on this video, but I'll go ahead and insert that video here. They did hold it up again, so I'll try to just do the best I can to insert that video here so you can just hear what they talked about real quick.
On September 1st, you'll get early access to the October Scent and Warmer of the Month or Quarters products. The Golden Gourd Warmer will be available for customers to purchase starting on October 1st. This warmer has hand-placed mosaic glass and a decorative metal lid, creating a stunning autumn decor piece. Globally, the scent of the month will be Have Some More Pumpkin, where vanilla marshmallows melt into rich caramel dusted with a layer of pumpkin spice. On September 1st, the Harvest Collection will be available for customers to purchase, so get ready for cozy fall fragrances, festive Halloween decor, and exciting new products inspired by Disney's Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas and Universal Monsters. Find all the fragrances, decor, and spirits that make autumn special in this collection with gourds, spice, moonlight, and nostalgic frights. Rich seasonal scents like pumpkin honey spice and cider and crimson berries capture the essence of fall, while zombie punch brings a fun aromatic shiver. Just in time for sweater weather and cozy nights in, Scentsy candles are launching on September 1st in fan favorite fall fragrances, Pumpkin Roll and Cider Mill. Crafted in frosted glass with an elegant floral S, Scentsy candles are here for those moments that call for a little flicker. Pro football fans aren't going to want to miss this kickoff. We're filling out our NFL Collection Helmet Warmer roster with 10 new teams on September 1st. Each warmer looks like real pro football gear for a legit way to show off your team pride. Fan up with our entire NFL collection with all 32 teams. Pair them with our returning NFL Goal Line and Gridiron Rush fragrances to bring the scent of victory to your game day celebrations. The classic comic strip Peanuts is synonymous with sweet seasonal memories. That's why we're launching our newest collab just in time for Autumn Happy Dances this September 15th. Seek adventures with our Snoopy Scentsy Buddy and Woodstock Scentsy Buddy clip scented in our exclusive fragrance, Snoopy's Autumn Adventure, with notes of warm spice, brown sugar, and vanilla. The Snoopy's Pumpkin Patch Scentsy Warmer features these iconic characters atop the jack-o'-lantern. Create the most sincere patch with this sweet collection. Our new ogre-inspired collection will be available to purchase starting September 22nd. The Shrek Fairy Tale Ogre Scentsy Bar features grassy greens, apples, and fresh florals. Our unlikely hero takes a muddy dip into our new Shrek Get Out of My Swamp Scentsy Warmer, showcasing amusing details like a marshy green glow and Beware Ogre sign. Get ready to get swamped with this new collection. Also starting September 22nd, awaken the ghosts of Disney's The Haunted Mansion with our Madame Leota's Crystal Ball Scentsy Warmer. Her eerie image follows your every move. Pair it with our haunting new fragrance, Disney The Haunted Mansion Ring the Bell Scentsy Bar, featuring dark pomegranate, warm cedarwood, and a hint of oud. Lastly, the 2025 holiday collection is already almost here. This September 1st, you'll get early access to a bundle that includes 5 holiday collection Scentsy bars with a festive felt bag. All new fragrances include Caramel Macadamia Nut, Festive Fruit Punch, Frosted Eucalyptus, Jingle Bell Blooms, and Snowden Flannel. The holiday collection will be available for customers to purchase starting October 1st, so get ready for new seasonal fragrances, festive decor, and products inspired by Disney's Minnie Mouse and the Peanuts comics. There you have it. We have a ton of exciting product coming your way this September. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Alright, so that's just what they talked about in that video. I thought I'd show that to you real quick. So I already talked about a few of those things. Then we have the Shrek collection coming September 22nd. That has the Shrek Get Out of My Swamp Warmer, which has Shrek laying in like a little, it's like a tree stump, but he's like laying in there, so the wax, kind of like a little hot tub or something in the tree stump. So the wax will go in there, and it glows green on the bottom, and it has a little sign that says Beware Ogre. So we have that. I don't think we have a price on that either, though. And then we'll have a Shrek Fairy Tale Ogre Bar, which should be $7 because the license bars are $7. And the notes on that are grassy greens, apples, and fresh florals. So that sounds right up my alley, because you know Brad and I love our green scents, but they always put apple in with green scents. I kind of just give me just greens, nothing else. But they always have to put something in there, because I think people get too freaked out if it's just greens. Straight up greens. But I will say though that Wall-E Classified, I love that one, and that does have greens in it, but I really like that one. There's not too much greens, it's just a little bit, but it's more of the dewy green scent in that than the apples. And then the fresh florals in here, I don't know, hopefully there's not too much florals. Hopefully it's a little more green. We'll see. So that is the Shrek collection, September 22nd. Then also on September 22nd, we have the Haunted Mansion collection, and we're going to have the Madame Leota's Crystal Ball Scentsy Warmer. I'm not really familiar with Haunted Mansion. I've never been to Disney World, Disneyland, wherever this is at, the Haunted Mansion stuff, so I don't really know much about it. I know we had a Haunted Mansion Warmer before, and the 3 thumbs up Haunted Mansion Bar, which is really good, is in my club. Well, they have a Madame Leota's Crystal Ball Scentsy Warmer, so they showed it, and it looks a little similar to the Wicked Warmer. So it has that ball like the Wicked Warmer did, kind of looks like a crystal ball, and it's really heavy. And they said it was really heavy there too, and it goes on there, and I think the color, there's a LED light under that where that ball sits, and I think the color was blue on this one. It was green on the Wicked one, of course, and this one's blue. And then you can see that Madame Leota in the crystal ball when it lights up there, I guess. And then the wax goes in the dish behind that ball there. So that comes out. They didn't say a price yet though on that, on the September 22nd. And then they also have a new bar, the Haunted Mansion Ring the Bell Bar. And the notes on that are dark pomegranate, warm cedarwood, and hint of oud. So that sounds interesting. Sounds pretty good. So that comes out in the Haunted Mansion collection on September 22nd. Then we have, this is kind of just for consultants. We have the holiday collection coming out next month. Holiday collection comes out October 1st. That sounds really early. I always feel like they should release that November, but they usually release holiday collection in October. But I feel like, I don't know, for November, I feel like if you would order it November 1st and then get it in the middle of November, that'd be just right in time for Christmas, but they like to put it out in October. So then consultants will get early access right now for the Holiday Bar 5-pack. So they always have, just like the Harvest 5-bar 5-pack in the felt bag, they'll always have a holiday one as well in a bag of the 5 bars. So consultants can order that right now for early access in the month of September. On September 1st, you can order all through the month of September early. So you will get, it'll be a bundle of 25 in the bag, and the 5 scents are caramel macadamia nut, festive fruit punch, frost eucalyptus, jingle bell blooms, and Snowden flannel. So that is early access for consultants only. Then they just mentioned that in the, I believe it's in the full join kit, the $99 join kit, they added a Scentsy cider male candle. So I believe you'll still get the same stuff that's in that $99 join kit, but then also you'll get a candle. I don't think they took anything out. I think they just added one of the candles, if I heard correctly. So if you join Scentsy and get the $99 kit, you'll get a new cider male Scentsy candle as well. Then they also continued the $9 Smart Start Join special. So they've had that in July and they continued it through August. So it's just $9 to join, but you don't get anything. You don't get any testers, any warmers, you get nothing. You just pay $9 and then you're a consultant. So if you didn't want to pay the high price of like the $99, you can just pay $9 and you can become a consultant, but you won't get any of that stuff though, of course. You'll just pay your $9 and then you'll be a consultant. So you don't have to have all that stuff to become a consultant. You can always join for $9 and then you can go into the consultant store and you can buy testers or catalogs or whatever you want to start your business. Because, you know, or if you just want to join for yourself to get commission off your own purchases, of course you won't need all that stuff. You won't need any of that business supplies if it's just going to be for your own purchases. So that would work out perfect if you just want to get, you know, commission off your own purchases, which I highly recommend, because if you buy quite a bit of Scentsy, why not get a little money back on what you're buying? It's just kind of a no-brainer there, I feel, because you're going to get some commission back on what you're buying, and it can go, you know, if anything, it'll just help you get a paycheck to buy more stuff the next month or whatever. And you can tell a few friends and family and then create a party and get rewards and all that stuff. I just think it's a really good deal. So they added that $9 Smart Start again through September. And then they also mentioned that if you are a previous Scentsy consultant, if it's been 2+ years since you were active as a consultant, you can rejoin as a brand new consultant. So before, you would just have to, you'd reinstate. When you would do that, you would just become like you were before. But now you can rejoin as a brand new consultant. This means you get a totally fresh start with all the perks of being new again. So that'd be shooting star, the sensational start, incentive trips, leadership opportunities. Basically everything is back on the table for you. It's like getting a do-over, but smarter, because you already know the ropes. So yeah, the timing could be better. We're rolling right into our biggest money-making season. Because fall and winter is the greatest time, because that's the biggest time for Scentsy. You know, all the Scentsy stuff. So I would say September, October, and the first part of November are probably the biggest times for all the Scentsy stuff coming out. Then also, I wanted to mention the Wild Flowers and Wild Horses collection. That is still on our website, your consultant's website. It was supposed to go away at the end of August, because they told us it was only going to be available. It started the August 1st, and it was in the last chance section, so it was supposed to go away August 31st, but it's still on our website. So I guess they decided to extend it, I guess, through the end of September, because it's in the last chance now. So I'm assuming they're just extending it. It's just going to go for another month, which I think is good, because it's a really good collection. So I'm glad they extended it, because the Wild Flowers and Wild Horses 5-bar pack is amazing. All the bars are really good in there, I think. So that's still available. The Cattle Call Mini Warmer still available. Wildflowers and Sage fragrance flower, the Kick the Dust Scentsy Buddy Clip, and the Wild Mountain Sky Room Spray. Those are all available. The Boot Scootin' Warmer is sold out. The Warpin' and Ridin' Belt Warmer is sold out, and the Whiskey River Scent Circle 3-pack are all sold out, but all that other stuff is available. And then also those bars, you're also able to add them to club still. So if you missed on adding them to club by the end of the month last month before they were originally supposed to go away, you can still add them to the club, I guess, probably to the end of this month now. So that's cool that they got that collection out. And then also we have a collection that they had in the What's Coming for consultants, but we don't know anything about it. They didn't say anything about it. It's the Woodlands Charm collection, but they didn't say anything about it in the end of the month live, and then they had the video. They didn't say anything about it, so that is still to be announced about that collection. So we'll probably know a little bit more about that later in the month, and then I'll let you know when we find out about that collection. I'm assuming maybe it's going to be woodsy scents, woodland collection. We'll see. Alright, so I think that's it for everything except for the whiff box. So if you didn't want to know about the September whiff box, thanks for watching. We'll see you in our next video. If you want to know, here we go. So September whiff box is out starting today on our website, or consultant's website. So what you get in the September whiff box, the exclusive item, we have one exclusive item. It is a stunning sunflower fragrance flower in Golden Sunflower Fields. So Golden Sunflower Fields is one of the 10 new fall winter fragrances in the catalog. So they have it in a sunflower fragrance, stunning sunflower fragrance flower. So it's not going to be in the catalog in a fragrance flower. It's only going to be, I think, the bar, the scent circle, and the room spray. But they will have it in a fragrance flower in the whiff box. So it's the only place you can get that scent in the fragrance flower is the whiff box. So we have that, and then we also have this Golden Sunflower Fields bar in the whiff box as well, so you can get the fragrance flower and the bar, but the bar is not exclusive because that's going to be in the catalog, of course. Then you will get a fall winter 2025 catalog in the whiff box. Then also you'll be getting Johnny Appleseed Scentsy swipes. So those are just a little kind of like Lysol wipes, but they're not disinfectant, they're not antibacterial, but they're, you take them in the wipes and you just wipe off your counter for quick little cleanups. I use them all the time just to, if I want a quick little cleanup of crumbs on the counter or whatever. Really good for that. They're good also to clean off your shoes or whatever. So we have that in there, and then we have a bar of the upcoming October scent of the month, which I already talked about, which is the Have Some More Pumpkin. You'll have that in there. That bar will be in there because I always have a bar of the upcoming scent of the month in the whiff box. Then we'll have also Autumn Road Trip Scent Pack is going to be in there. And then lastly, we have the Pumpkin Roll Pod, Scentsy Pod Twin Pack will be in the whiff box. So all that, let's see, the fragrance flower is $18. There's no monetary value in the catalog, but I do think I don't know if you can still buy, can you still buy the catalogs separately? I can't remember. I know you can get them in a pack, but I don't know if they still sell them separately now because they're smaller. I need to check on that real quick. Johnny Appleseed Scentsy swipes are $13. Golden Sunflower Fields bar $6. Have Some More Pumpkin bar will be $6. Autumn Road Trip scent pack is $7. Pumpkin Roll pods are $10. So that is a value of $60. That's $60 right there. You'll be getting for $35. So that's $25 in savings you'll get. So that's a really good savings for this whiff box. Quite a bit of stuff you're getting for that value. I don't know if I'm going to get that because there's nothing I absolutely have to have in that. I would like to get, because everything else I can kind of get in the catalog except for that Sunflower Fizz and Fragrance Flower, but I don't think I have to have that. But if you like all that stuff and you want it, it's a good value for that stuff. If you're going to get a lot of that stuff anyway, might as well go in the whiff box because you're saving money. I would like to get the October scent of the month, but that sounds right up my alley, so I'll probably just end up getting the consultant kit anyway in the middle of September. And I'll probably get the warmer. Even though it's a 20 watt, I just can't say no. The pumpkin warmers, I cannot say no to those pumpkin warmers. So I just looked on our consultant store on our website, and I don't believe you can get the catalogs separately. You used to be able to, but I don't think you can now. I'm just seeing the 25 pack, which is normally $6. They're on sale for $5.40 right now. So you can get a pack of 25 for $5.40, but I don't think they're for sale separately anymore, so you can't get the there's no monetary value on that separately for in the whiff box. So that's the whiff box though for the month of September. All right, so that's it. So lots of exciting stuff coming out So thanks for everybody who's already placed orders today on our website, so we appreciate it greatly. It's going to be a great fall winter season. All right, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye.